Life is a gift, a sacred trust placed in our hands. The body we are given is not just a machine but a divine vessel, a miracle of creation. And when diabetes enters a person's life, it feels like a storm, a heavy burden, a test that shakes the spirit. But let me tell you this, diabetes is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a new chapter, a call to rise, a reminder that strength is born in struggle. Every day with diabetes is a battle. It is not only a battle of blood sugar levels, insulin, or medication, it is a battle of courage, discipline, and faith. And in this battle, you are not weak. You are a warrior. You are someone who has been chosen to prove that resilience can conquer pain, that discipline can defeat despair, and that hope can shine even in the darkest nights. Think of it this way: when you choose to control your diet, when you walk instead of sitting still, when you breathe deeply and release stress, you are not just managing a disease, you are reclaiming your life. You are telling the world, I will not be defined by this condition, I will define myself by my strength. Every small step you take, every healthy meal, every moment of exercise, every prayer whispered in gratitude is a victory. And victories, no matter how small, build empires of strength. Diabetes is not here to destroy you, it is here to teach you. It teaches patience, it teaches discipline, it teaches gratitude for the simple blessings of life. And above all, it teaches you that your body and soul are connected, that when you care for one, you uplift the other. The Prophet Muhammad (FDFA) said, "The strong believer is better and more beloved to Allah than the weak believer." This condition is not a curse, it is an opportunity to become stronger, to become disciplined, to become the best version of yourself. Imagine the day you look back and say, diabetes did not break me, it built me. Imagine the pride in your family's eyes when they see you living with energy, with hope, with determination. Imagine the inspiration you will give to others who feel lost, showing them that this disease is not a prison but a test, and tests are meant to be passed. So rise, rise with courage, rise with discipline, rise with faith. Let diabetes be the fire that forges your strength, not the chain that holds you down. Your life is bigger than this condition. Your mission is greater than this struggle, and your spirit is stronger than any number on a glucose meter. This is your moment, this is your fight, and you will win not because diabetes is easy, but because your extraordinary life is not meant to be lived in silence, nor in surrender. Every heartbeat is a reminder that you are alive for a purpose, and every breath is a chance to rise again. When diabetes enters your life, it feels like a thief. It steals your comfort, it challenges your habits, it whispers fear into your mind. But let me tell you something, diabetes is not a thief of destiny. It is a messenger, it is a wake-up call. It is a reminder that your body, your soul, and your spirit are far stronger than you ever imagined. The first reaction most people have when they hear the word diabetes is fear. Fear of needles, fear of restrictions, fear of complications. But fear is only the shadow of ignorance. Once you understand, once you embrace discipline, once you decide that you will not be a victim, you transform fear into fuel. And that fuel can ignite a fire inside you that no disease can extinguish. Think of the greatest warriors in history. They did not become legends because life was easy. They became legends because they faced battles that seemed impossible. Diabetes is your battle. It is not a punishment, it is your battlefield. And on this battlefield, you are called to rise as a warrior. Not a weak, defeated soul, but a fighter who learns discipline, who embraces patience, who discovers strength in struggle. Every time you choose to eat wisely, you are sharpening your sword. Every time you walk instead of sitting idle, you are building your armor. Every time you pray, meditate, or breathe deeply, you are fortifying your spirit. And every time you resist the temptation of unhealthy habits, you are proving to yourself that you are stronger than desire, stronger than weakness, stronger than the disease itself. Diabetes is not here to destroy you, it is here to teach you. It teaches you that life is fragile, but it also teaches you that fragility can become strength. It teaches you that discipline is not a burden but a blessing. It teaches you that every small victory matters. And when you collect those victories day after day, they become a fortress around your health, your family, and your future. Imagine standing in front of a mirror and saying, I am not broken, I am not defeated, I am alive and I am strong. That declaration is not just words, it is a commitment. It is a promise to yourself and to the people who love you. Because diabetes does not only affect you, it affects your family, your children, your friends. They look at you and they draw strength from your courage. When you rise, they rise. When you fight, they fight. When you win, they celebrate with you. The Prophet Muhammad (FDFA) said, "The strong believer is better and more beloved to Allah than the weak believer." Strength is not measured by muscles or wealth. It is measured by resilience, by discipline, by the ability to endure hardship with faith and determination. Diabetes is your chance to become that strong believer. It is your chance to prove that you can rise above pain, above fear, above despair. So let this be your awakening. Let this be the moment you decide, I will not surrender, I will not give up, I will fight and I will win. Because victory is not the absence of struggle, victory is the presence of courage. And courage is already inside you, all you need to do is awaken it. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. Without discipline, even the strongest desires fade into dust. With discipline, even the hardest battles can be won. Diabetes is not just a medical condition, it is a test of discipline. It asks you, will you surrender to old habits or will you rise with new strength? Will you allow sugar to control your destiny or will you take control of your life? The truth is simple: diabetes does not destroy those who embrace discipline, it destroys those who ignore it. Discipline is the shield that protects you, the sword that empowers you, the path that leads you to freedom. And freedom is not the absence of struggle, it is the ability to live fully despite struggle. Discipline transforms fear into courage, weakness into strength, and despair into hope. Think of the daily choices you make. Every meal is a decision, every step is a decision, every moment of rest or activity is a decision, and every decision builds your future. When you choose wisely, you are not just managing diabetes, you are rewriting your destiny. You are proving that you are stronger than cravings, stronger than laziness, stronger than excuses. Discipline is not punishment, it is empowerment. It is the art of saying no to what harms you and yes to what heals you. Imagine waking up each morning with a plan. You know what you will eat, how you will move, how you will care for your body. That plan is not a prison, it is a path to freedom. Because discipline does not limit you, it liberates you. It liberates you from fear of complications, from the chains of weakness, from the burden of regret. Discipline gives you the power to live with energy, with clarity, with joy. Diabetes teaches you that discipline is not optional, it is essential. It teaches you that health is not a gift, it is a responsibility. And when you embrace that responsibility, you discover a new strength inside yourself. You discover that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. You discover that discipline is not about sacrifice, it is about transformation. Transformation begins with small steps: a walk in the morning, a healthy meal at lunch, a prayer of gratitude at night. These small steps may seem insignificant, but together they create a revolution. They create a new lifestyle, a new mindset, a new identity. You are no longer a victim of diabetes, you are a warrior of discipline, and warriors do not surrender, warriors fight, warriors rise, warriors win. The journey of discipline is not easy. There will be temptations, there will be moments of weakness. There will be days when you feel tired, when you want to give up, when you wonder if it is worth it. But remember this: every time you resist temptation, you grow stronger. Every time you choose discipline, you build resilience. Every time you stay committed, you prove to yourself that you are unstoppable. Discipline is not about perfection, it is about persistence. You may stumble, you may fall, you may make mistakes, but discipline means you rise again, you learn, you grow, you continue. Because success is not built on perfection, it is built on persistence, and persistence is the heart of discipline. Think of your family, think of your children, think of the people who love you. They are watching you, they are learning from you, they are drawing strength from your example. When you choose discipline, you are not only saving your own life, you are inspiring theirs. You are teaching them that health is sacred, that discipline is powerful, that resilience is possible. You are becoming a role model, a leader, a source of hope. Discipline is also spiritual. It is not only about the body, it is about the soul. When you discipline your habits, you discipline your spirit. You learn patience, you learn gratitude, you learn humility. You learn that life is not about indulgence, it is about purpose. And purpose is greater than pleasure. Purpose is greater than comfort. Purpose is greater than fear. Discipline connects you to that purpose. It reminds you that you are here for a reason, that your life has meaning, that your struggle has value. So let discipline transform you. Let it shape your body, your mind, your soul. Let it turn your weakness into strength, your fear into courage, your despair into hope. Because discipline is not the enemy, it is the key. It is the key to health, to happiness, to freedom. And when you hold that key, no disease can lock you down, no struggle can defeat you, no fear can control you. Diabetes is not the end, it is the beginning of transformation. And transformation begins with discipline. Embrace it, live it, become it. And watch as your life changes, as your spirit rises, as your destiny unfolds. Because discipline is not just a choice, it is your path to victory. There comes a moment in every struggle when the body feels tired, when the mind feels heavy, when the heart whispers, "I cannot go on." But it is in that very moment that the soul awakens. It is in that moment that faith becomes your strength, that hope becomes your light, that spirituality becomes your shield. Diabetes is not only a physical challenge, it is a spiritual journey. And on this journey, you discover that true victory is not in numbers or tests, but in the resilience of your spirit. The human soul is designed to rise above pain. It is designed to endure storms, to carry burdens, to shine even in darkness. When you face diabetes, you are not only managing a condition, you are walking a path of spiritual growth. You are learning patience, you are practicing gratitude, you are discovering humility. And these are not weaknesses, they are the greatest strengths a human being can possess. Patience teaches you that life is not about instant gratification, it is about endurance. Gratitude teaches you that blessings are everywhere, even in struggle. Humility teaches you that you are not in control of everything, but you are responsible for your choices. Together, these virtues transform diabetes from a disease into a teacher, from a burden into a blessing, from a trial into a triumph. Faith is the anchor of the soul. When you believe that your struggle has meaning, when you trust that your Creator has a plan, when you surrender your fear and embrace your faith, you discover peace. And peace is more powerful than fear. Peace gives you the strength to rise each morning with hope. Peace gives you the courage to face each challenge with dignity. Peace gives you the wisdom to see beyond pain and into purpose. The Prophet Muhammad (FDFA) said, "Verily with hardship comes ease." This is not just a promise, it is a reality. Hardship is never permanent, pain is never eternal, struggle is never endless. Every hardship carries within it the seed of ease, the seed of growth, the seed of triumph. Diabetes may be your hardship, but ease is waiting for you. Growth is waiting for you. Triumph is waiting for you. All you need to do is believe, endure, and rise. Spiritual triumph is not about denying reality, it is about transforming it. It is about looking at diabetes and saying, "You may challenge my body, but you will never break my spirit." It is about living with discipline, with patience, with gratitude, and discovering that your soul is stronger than any disease. It is about realizing that your life is not defined by numbers, but by faith, by love, by purpose. Think of the people who look up to you. Your children, your family, your friends. They do not see diabetes when they look at you, they see courage. They see resilience. They see hope. They see a person who refuses to surrender, who chooses to fight, who chooses to live. And that example is more powerful than any medicine, more healing than any treatment, more inspiring than any speech. Your life becomes a testimony, a living proof that struggle can be transformed into strength, that pain can be transformed into purpose, that hardship can be transformed into triumph. Spiritual triumph also means embracing community. You are not alone in this journey. Millions of people around the world face diabetes and millions rise above it. When you share your story, when you inspire others, when you support those who feel weak, you multiply your strength. You become part of a movement, a wave of resilience, a force of hope. And together you prove that diabetes cannot defeat humanity because humanity is stronger, braver, greater. So let your spirit triumph. Let your faith be your anchor, your gratitude be your song, your patience be your weapon. Let diabetes be the fire that refines you, not the chain that confines you. Let your life be a light for others, a source of hope, a testimony of resilience. Because true victory is not in living without struggle, it is in living with struggle and still shining. True triumph is not in avoiding hardship, it is in embracing hardship and still rising. True greatness is not in perfection, it is in persistence, in faith, in courage. Diabetes may be part of your story, but it is not your ending. Your ending is triumph, your ending is strength, your ending is legacy. And when you leave this world, people will not remember you as someone who suffered, they will remember you as someone who fought, someone who inspired, someone who triumphed. That is the power of spiritual victory, that is the gift of faith, that is the destiny of those who refuse to surrender. So rise, warrior of discipline, rise, believer of faith, rise, soul of resilience. Let your life be a testimony that diabetes is not the end, it is the beginning of triumph. And let the world see through your struggle and your strength that the human spirit is unbreakable, unstoppable, and eternal.